Don't you know that the music should be solemn?
This is kind of the Tig look. This is how you looked for the rest of the show, right? This is kind of like you were jumping around with looks. Like,
yeah, I don't know if I was jumping around, but I certainly went through the first three and a half seasons as to give me whatever you want, because I really didn't really care. But now, season 5, after the death of Dawn last week, you'll see what happens coming up here. I change it up. I get different bangles, different jewelry.
yeah,
I change it up. But yeah, my look is that's pretty much the look we stuck with now for 5.
that's the Tig. That's the Tig everybody remembers. You
Yeah.
know, the facial hair, the rings, the bangles,
Yeah.
So obviously we're coming off one of the biggest episodes that Tig's ever had, the ending with
Certainly emotionally, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Would you say, where would you put that scene? I know it's hard to look at your character, but in the most significant things that you've played as that character, where would you put that scene that we did?
Yeah, that scene was, you know me, I never talk about favorites. I don't really have favorites. But emotionally and heart-wise and physically and vocal, and the images that I had in my head as Kim playing Tig with a daughter down in that pit, and we know what happened to her. I don't, I'm just so thankful that Sutter gave me that acting chore, but I never needed to visit that again. I mean, that's something that you do, and then you talk about it if you survive it. And I guess I did survive it because people keep talking about it.
Top three things
Yeah,
Tig has ever done.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
The Donna one being a big one.
Well, yeah, but the thing about, and you know this, I say this all the time, the thing about, and Juice is certainly one of these characters too. I love the whole thing. I love the humor that Tig had. I love the pain that he went through. I love the crying that he did. I love the yelling. I love the quiet. I love the camaraderie. I love the brotherhood.
Yeah.
I just got lucky. There was enough spaghetti thrown against the fridge for me to play that guy 7 years and walk away really, really happy that I said yes to playing him.
Yeah, sometimes people don't realize. Sometimes it's like a short scene, like the Doberman stuff was so significant.
How much
like
fun was that?
Yeah, I mean,
Rossi?
polar opposite of the Pope, burn pit thing, but that gets talked about just as much, right? So it's like, and yet it's a shorter, funner type scene, right? So I think that when I look at Tig, I look at obviously the stuff with Venus, right? I look at the Donna, I look at the Donna stuff. I look at this. But what I really remember is like the doll stuff, or the mushrooms, or the Doberman stuff, or like it's kind of like the little things that I think define the character throughout.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was super significant. And there's going to be some other stuff coming up in this that is also significant that I didn't even know, because you told me last week, and this is where I think that you're either on Quaaludes or lying.
Both.
Both.
Next question.
I said, did we ever meet Fawn? And you said no.
No, I thought you said, did she die? Did Fawn die? And I said no. But I have a big scene with her in this episode.
And that's the first time. This is the first time we meet her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only time. Yeah.
Only time. Okay, good. So let's get into it. This is 502. I'm going to grab my notes here. It's called Authority Vested.
Yeah.
Know what it means?
I do.
Sure. Go ahead.
By the authority vested in me, I pronounce you man and wife. So this is
much
such
more observant than I am.
This is just such a fucked up show that it's just sort of tossed in there, and we'll get to it. But Jax and Tara get married.
I know.
So that's what that title is referring to, 100%. And
how many marriages have we done on the show?
Okay, that's great. Well, Opie, this one.
Any others?
I know I didn't get married.
I know I did. Juice definitely didn't get married.
And Clay's pretty much divorced right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe this is it.
A lot of funerals, maybe funerals.
A lot of funerals.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Opie grabbing the gun, seeing Roosevelt at the door. That's how it starts, right? Roosevelt.
And I got to mention that, yeah. And the dog Foley, for people who don't know what Foley is the sound effects that the sound department puts in to add ambiance to the scenes. And I love when a dog is barking in a distance. I don't know why.
So good.
It's so good. And that's
because it's realistic. It shows the neighborhood. Man. It kind of, it might tell you a little more about your surroundings and the neighborhood that you're in. So it's a really great pickup. I didn't even think about that. But the fact of, that Roosevelt went to him, I had to figure out what was going on. Because truth to be told, last week I was skating the last 6 minutes.
I love it.
My schedule was so crazy last week. So crazy.
You forgot to watch the last 8 minutes of the show.
No. What happened is I watched as much as I could, and I didn't watch the last 6 minutes. 6 minutes and 36 seconds of the last episode. So if you go back and listen to the episode before this, I let you do talking at the end.
Yeah, and I'm bringing in Charles Barkley.
You didn't even know.
I don't know what's going on. No clue.
No, so I didn't know how it ended. So I had to go back and watch it. And so I'm still a little confused. But okay, so Diosa Norte, or just Diosa. Are we at Diosa Norte yet, or that's later down the road? Is it just Diosa?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, Diosa's in full swing.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah, and he's helping us. We don't even know why. Like Jax doesn't even know what are we doing. What are we doing?
Okay,
I'm not there.
It's because the cops are out looking for them.
No, exactly. I know that Gemma's brought Jax and some of the boys there, but I'm just saying that Jax doesn't know this guy, doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah,
he's got to right, and then he gets the phone call. Tig needs help.
Yeah, and this is really them meeting Nero for the first time.
Correct.
And I wrote how cool Jimmy is, because Jimmy, like you and I, and like really other actors that I respect and artists, he adds little things for his characters. And one of the things I spoke with him about for Nero that he added was this thing where he'd always go,
did
you remember? Do you remember? He's
no, but good for him.
Watch him throughout the season, and he'll go, yeah, and he'll do that.
Good.
And it was a little tell that he put in.
Good. Love that shit.
Yeah, me too. I love that. And it really does create like 3-dimensional characters. So he's just too cool. So now he gets a call. Dayton is knocked out and beat up. I did not realize how beat the shit Dayton was.
Well, and I wrote down, okay, Dayton, Callie, get ready, makeup. Every week for the next 5, 6, 7 shows, you got makeup, baby. Get out of your pajamas, come in earlier, and get that makeup on to show them.
He owed it to us. He barely works.
He barely works, and he was so happy.
He would go in, they would schedule all of his scenes in one day. We'd be there every day in 127 degrees, and he'd roll in, do all his scenes in one day, and leave. And you were like, oh, nice. Good job, buddy. And they'd all be indoors.
Come by, gonna have a swim.
Yeah.
Come by Thursday night. Oh, no, wait. You work till 2 a.m. Not me. You're watching the Yankees.
So true. Okay, so Clay's drinking, as I say. He's just sitting there drinking, doing his thing. He's in piney mode. Ever since you've said that, I can't not see piney now.
I know. Isn't that weird, eh?
He's drinking. He's got the thing in his nose.
No oxygen. He's fucked up.
He's fucked up. He's piney. So the crew pulls up on Tig. I wrote something here.
Sure.
Your patience in this scene is unbelievable. We're actually I want to talk about it on theory about some things, but your patience, the way you played it is very patient. Like you were taking your time. And I know that's very hard when they're rushing you. That was your choice, which sticks throughout this episode, by the way, except for when you do explode on the stuff later with Fawn. Just explain to me and other people, like in that moment with the gravity and the levity of, or I should say, of the situation, why you chose to be just so calm and patient?
It was the second night. That's a great question. It was the second night. We were there 2 nights. We did much of the heavy lifting the night before. And then, as I mentioned to everybody, I spent a night in this beat up motel downtown LA. All right. So we started work again. And the second night was going to be mostly when Bobby, Tommy, and Jax pull up and they see the aftermath of what's even happening. And so we didn't start, you can imagine, until 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. And those 3 guys had told Peter Weller, who was directing this episode, can we not rehearse? Can we just see what Tig and Coetzee had to do? Can we just, and he said, absolutely. They had 3 cameras roving around, and I'm sitting there, not knowing what I'm going to say, not knowing what I'm going to feel, but the boys got to come and help. They pulled up and they had shots of that, and they looked down into that pit. Rachel Miner was not there, obviously. We had a dummy now, burnt charcoal. The other guy that I killed, they're all down. There's stuff down there, and there was still smoldering of the smoke. And they were so emotional for me and so beat up over for me. And then it had to go get the tarps. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Gotta go.
I did write that it's very coincidental that the truck they borrowed had tarps in it. But
had tarps already.
It's TV.
Right? Little uncalled for.
Not just one tarp, tarps with an S.
Yeah. And
hey guys.
If
you want to see this full episode, click on our subscription service down below, where we have not just the rest of the Reaper Review episodes, but we have everything else, which is our other show, Theory.
Discord, merchandise, Q&As, so much going on. I can't even keep up, Theo.
Greeting videos that we
come on.
Our merch shops, our exclusive gear, plus again our other show, Theory. That Kim and I also do. So, hey, continue the journey of Reaper Reviews and also come start the new journey with our Theory show. And that's it. We'll see you there. We appreciate it.
See you soon. Can't wait. Appreciate you all.
Let's go.
Bye-bye.